Hey there, friend! Before we dive into today's video, do me a huge favor. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and make sure you watch this all the way to the end. Trust me, what I'm about to share with you could change the way you think about food forever. What if I told you there are plants you can grow in your backyard just once, and they'll keep feeding you year after year after year? No replanting, no buying seeds every spring. Just pure, delicious food that comes back all on its own, like magic. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it's not. These plants exist, and some powerful people don't want you to know about them. Why? Because when you can grow your own food forever, you don't need to depend on anyone else. And that kind of freedom, that scares some folks. So today, here at Easy Grow Garden, we're uncovering 10 incredible crops that you plant once and harvest for a lifetime. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to grow, how to grow it, and why you need to start right now. Let's get into it. Number 1. Asparagus, the patient giant. First up, we've got asparagus. Now I know what you're thinking. Asparagus? Really? But hear me out, because this plant is a superstar in disguise. When you plant asparagus, you're not just planting a vegetable, you're planting a relationship, a friendship that lasts 20 to 30 years. That's right, 3 decades of fresh, crunchy, delicious asparagus spears, popping up every single spring without you lifting a finger. Here's how it works. You plant asparagus crowns, these gnarly-looking root bundles, into your garden. For the first 2 or 3 years, you have to be patient. You can't harvest anything yet. The plant is building its strength underground, growing thick, powerful roots that spread out like an underground kingdom. It's storing energy, getting ready for the long haul. But once it's ready, oh boy, every spring when the world wakes up and the ground starts to warm, your asparagus shoots up tender green spears faster than you can keep up. You'll be picking fresh asparagus for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And the best part, you never have to replant it, ever. Now, why would anyone want to stop you from growing asparagus? Because when you can grow food for 30 years from one planting, you stop buying it from stores. You stop depending on big farms and shipping trucks and all the systems that make money off your need to eat. You become self-sufficient, and self-sufficient people are harder to control. So plant asparagus, be patient with it, and watch it reward you for decades. Number 2, rhubarb, the tough survivor. Next, let's talk about rhubarb. This plant is tough. I mean really, really tough. Rhubarb doesn't care if you live somewhere cold. It actually loves it. It thrives in it. Rhubarb is a perennial, which means it comes back every single year without any help from you. You plant it once, and it keeps growing for 10, 15, even 20 years. The stalks are tangy and perfect for pies, jams, sauces, and desserts. Your grandma probably loved rhubarb, and now you know why. It's reliable, it's productive, and it's basically indestructible. Here's the cool thing about rhubarb. It's one of the first plants to wake up in the spring. When everything else is still sleeping under the last bits of snow, rhubarb is already pushing up bright red and green stalks, ready to be harvested. It's like the plant is saying, "Hey, I'm here for you. Let's get this growing season started." And it doesn't ask for much, just some good soil, a little compost, and it's happy. You don't have to fuss over it, you don't have to baby it. Rhubarb is like that friend who's always there when you need them. No drama, no complaints. But again, why would growing rhubarb be something people want to restrict? Because rhubarb represents resilience. It represents independence. It says, I don't need fancy systems or imported food. I can take care of myself. And in a world where control often comes through dependence, that's a powerful statement. So grow rhubarb. Let it teach you what it means to be strong and steady. Number 3, strawberries, the sweet multipliers. Who doesn't love strawberries? Juicy, sweet, bursting with flavor, they're like little bites of summer happiness. And the amazing thing? You can plant them once, and they'll keep making more strawberries for years and years. Here's how strawberries work their magic. When you plant a strawberry, it doesn't just sit there. It sends out runners, these long, skinny stems that stretch out across the ground. At the end of each runner, a baby strawberry plant grows. That baby plant puts down roots and becomes a whole new strawberry plant. And then that plant sends out its own runners, and so on and so on. Before you know it, you've got a whole strawberry patch from just a few plants. It's like they're cloning themselves, building a delicious army of berry goodness.
You can grow strawberries in gardens, in pots, in hanging baskets, pretty much anywhere with some sun and decent soil. And once they're established, they'll give you fruit every single year. Some varieties even produce berries twice a year. Imagine stepping into your backyard on a warm June morning, plucking fresh strawberries right off the plant and eating them for breakfast. No store, no plastic container, no chemicals. Just pure, homegrown sweetness. Now, why would anyone want to limit your access to strawberries? Because fresh, healthy food is power. When you grow your own strawberries, you're not buying the expensive ones at the supermarket. You're not supporting industrial farms that rely on pesticides and long-distance shipping. You're taking back control of what you eat, and that threatens systems built on keeping you dependent. So plant strawberries, watch them spread, and enjoy the freedom of endless fruit. Number 4. Garlic, the healing warrior. Garlic is incredible. Not only does it make everything taste better, but it's also one of the most powerful natural medicines on the planet. People have used garlic for thousands of years to fight infections, boost the immune system, and keep vampires away. Okay, maybe not that last one, but you get the idea. And here's the best part. Garlic basically grows itself. You plant a clove in the fall, and by the next summer, you've got a whole bulb full of new cloves. Each bulb can give you 10 or 12 cloves, and each of those cloves can be planted to grow another bulb. It's a cycle that never has to end. Think about it like this. You plant 1 clove today. Next year, you harvest 12 cloves. You eat 10 and plant 2. The year after that, you harvest 24 cloves. You eat 20 and plant 4. Before long, you've got more garlic than you know what to do with, and you started with just 1 tiny clove. Garlic is also one of the easiest crops to grow. It doesn't need fancy fertilizers or constant watering. It just needs time and a little bit of patience. You stick it in the ground, cover it with some mulch, and let nature do the rest. But garlic is more than just food. It's medicine, it's protection, it's independence. And when you can grow your own medicine in your backyard, you don't need to rely on pills or prescriptions for every little thing. That's powerful. That's freedom. And that's exactly why some people don't want you growing garlic, because healthy, self-reliant people don't make good customers. So grow garlic, lots of it, and take back your health. Number 5. Horseradish, the underground beast. Horseradish is wild. I mean that literally. Once you plant horseradish, it's almost impossible to get rid of. It spreads like crazy underground, sending out thick, gnarly roots that dig deep into the soil. And those roots, they're pure fire. If you've ever had horseradish sauce on roast beef or mixed into a Bloody Mary, you know what I'm talking about. That intense, sinus-clearing, eye-watering heat. That's horseradish, and you can grow it yourself, forever, with almost no effort. You plant 1 horseradish root and it multiplies. You dig up what you need, and the pieces you leave behind grow into new plants. It's like a zombie plant. You can't kill it if you try. Horseradish is also super healthy. It's packed with vitamins and compounds that help your body fight off sickness. It's a natural antibiotic, a digestive aid, and a flavor powerhouse all in one. And guess what? Nobody's going to sell you horseradish roots at the grocery store. Why? Because if they did, you'd never need to buy horseradish again. You just keep growing it, year after year, harvest after harvest. That's the magic of these perennial crops. They break the cycle of dependence. They give you power. And that's exactly why growing your own food is such a radical act. So plant horseradish, let it take over a corner of your garden, and enjoy the fiery freedom.
Number 6. Kale, the evergreen superfood. Kale has become super trendy in the last few years, but people have been growing it for thousands of years, and for good reason. It's one of the healthiest foods on the planet. What most people don't know is that kale is actually a perennial in many climates. That means you can plant it once, and it keeps growing season after season. Even in the winter, kale survives. In fact, it gets sweeter after a frost. The cold turns the starches in the leaves into sugars, making it taste even better. Kale is packed with vitamins A, C, and K. It's full of antioxidants and fiber. It's basically a nutrient bomb that you can grow in your backyard. And once you've got a kale plant going, you just harvest the leaves as you need them. The plant keeps producing new ones. It's like having a salad bar in your garden that never closes. Now, why would anyone want to restrict access to kale or plants like it? Because healthy people don't need as much medicine. They don't need as many doctor visits. They don't fuel a system that profits off sickness. When you grow kale and eat it regularly, you're investing in your own health, not someone else's bank account. So grow kale, eat it fresh, and take charge of your well-being. Number 7. Artichokes, the ancient delicacy. Artichokes are fancy. They look complicated, like something only a professional chef would know how to cook. But here's the secret. They're actually super easy to grow, and once you plant them, they come back every single year. Artichoke plants are gorgeous. They grow into these big, silvery green bushes with huge architectural leaves, and then right in the center, the artichoke buds form, these tight, layered globes that look almost alien. You harvest the buds before they open, steam them, and eat the tender, meaty parts at the base of each leaf. It's a whole experience. Its food is art. And the best part? One artichoke plant can produce dozens of buds every year for up to 5 years or more. In the right climate, they'll keep going even longer. Artichokes are rich in fiber, antioxidants, and nutrients that support liver health and digestion. They've been used as medicine for centuries. The ancient Greeks and Romans prized them not just as food, but as healing plants. Growing artichokes is a way of connecting to that ancient wisdom. It's a way of saying, I don't need a fancy store or a big corporation to access real, nourishing food. I can grow it myself. And that attitude, self-reliance, knowledge, empowerment, that's exactly what makes some people uncomfortable. So grow artichokes, impress your friends, and reclaim your food sovereignty. Number 8. Mint, the unstoppable spreader. Mint is the plant that just won't quit. Seriously, if you plant mint in your garden without containing it, it will take over everything. It spreads through underground runners that pop up everywhere, turning your garden into a minty wonderland or a minty nightmare, depending on how you feel about it. But here's the thing, that aggressive spreading is actually a gift because it means you'll never run out of mint, ever. Mint is amazing. You can make tea with it, add it to salads, blend it into smoothies, use it in desserts, or just chew on a fresh leaf to freshen your breath. It's cooling, soothing, and delicious, and it grows so fast and so abundantly that you could feed an entire neighborhood with just a few plants.
Plus, mint is medicinal. It helps with digestion, eases headaches, and calms upset stomachs. It's been used for thousands of years as a natural remedy. The reason mint keeps growing forever is because it's a perennial. You plant it once, and it comes back stronger every single year. Even if you cut it all the way down, it grows right back. Why would anyone want to limit mint? Well, they probably wouldn't, but mint represents something important. Abundance. When you grow mint, you see firsthand that nature is generous. There's enough, more than enough. And that mindset, that belief in abundance rather than scarcity, is dangerous to systems built on making you think you never have enough. So grow mint, let it spread, and taste the abundance. Number 9. Sorrel, the tangy treasure. Sorrel is a leafy green with a bright lemony flavor. It's tangy, refreshing, and totally underrated. Most people have never even heard of it, but once you try it, you'll wonder why it's not everywhere.
Sorrel is a perennial. You plant it once and it keeps coming back year after year. It's one of the first greens to pop up in the spring, and it keeps producing leaves all season long. You can toss it in salads, blend it into soups, or use it as a garnish to add a zesty kick to any dish. It's also incredibly nutritious. Sorrel is loaded with vitamins A and C, and it has compounds that support healthy digestion and immune function. And it's so easy to grow. Sorrel doesn't need much attention. Just plant it in a sunny or partly shady spot, give it some water, and it does its thing. It's low maintenance, high reward. Exactly the kind of crop that makes gardening feel like magic instead of work. Sorrel represents something simple but profound. You don't need complicated systems to eat well. You don't need expensive ingredients or fancy grocery stores. Sometimes the best food is the stuff growing quietly in your backyard, waiting for you to notice it. So grow sorrel, taste the tang, and discover the joy of forgotten flavors. Number 10, Jerusalem artichokes, the hidden powerhouse. Last but definitely not least, we've got Jerusalem artichokes. Don't let the name confuse you. They're not from Jerusalem and they're not artichokes. They're actually a type of sunflower, and the part you eat is the knobby tuber that grows underground. Jerusalem artichokes are also called sunchokes, and they're absolute survivors. You plant them once and they spread like wildfire. Each tuber you leave in the ground becomes a new plant. They're basically impossible to get rid of, which means you'll have food for as long as you want it. The tubers taste kind of like a cross between a potato and a water chestnut. Crunchy, slightly sweet, and super versatile. You can roast them, mash them, pickle them, or eat them raw in salads. And they're packed with a special type of fiber called inulin, which is amazing for your gut health. It feeds the good bacteria in your digestive system and helps keep everything running smoothly. Jerusalem artichokes also produce these beautiful tall sunflowers in late summer, so they're not just food, they're gorgeous garden plants too. But here's the deeper truth. Jerusalem artichokes represent resilience and resourcefulness. They thrive in tough conditions. They don't need much help. They just keep growing, keep spreading, keep producing. They're the ultimate symbol of self-sufficiency. And that's exactly why these kinds of crops matter so much. They remind us that we don't have to be dependent. We don't have to be fragile. We can grow our own food, take care of ourselves, and build a life of abundance and freedom. So, there you have it, friend. 10 incredible crops you plant once and harvest forever. Asparagus, rhubarb, strawberries, garlic, horseradish, kale, artichokes, mint, sorrel, and Jerusalem artichokes. Each one is a gift. Each one is a step toward freedom. Now, I want you to think about something. What if 100 years from now, gardens like yours were illegal? What if fresh, homegrown food became something only the wealthy could access? What if seeds were controlled, regulated, banned? It sounds extreme, but history shows us that when people become too independent, those in power get nervous. Food is control. When you grow your own food, you break that control. So grow these crops, not just because they're easy or delicious or healthy, though they absolutely are. Grow them because they represent something bigger. They represent hope. They represent resilience. They represent the belief that you deserve to take care of yourself and the people you love. Your garden is more than dirt and plants. It's a statement. It's a revolution. It's a quiet, beautiful act of rebellion. And here at Easy Grow Garden, we believe that every single person deserves to experience the magic of growing their own food. Because when you grow food, you grow confidence, you grow peace, you grow freedom. So what are you waiting for? Get out there and plant something that'll feed you forever. If you loved this video, do me a favor, smash that like button, drop a comment below, and tell me which crop you're most excited to grow, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss another episode. Let's grow together. Let's build a world where everyone has access to fresh, healthy, homegrown food. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Now go grow something amazing.